In today's episode, we're going to discuss the value of being a real estate agent in today's industry. Welcome to the show. As you can see, my beautiful golden retriever here in the bottom of the screen. He'll pop in it here and there all the time. He's our mascot for the show. Today we're going to be discussing the topics of bringing value to your clients in today's industry. This episode is going to be more geared and toward the real estate agent that is watching this show, and as well as the buyer or seller out there, the stuff that you need to know in real estate agent when you are selecting.
What to ask?
Yeah, when you're selecting your agent, your representation in the industry today. Travis, before I can go on with this topic pretty easy as Charlie eats your foot.
He's eating my tassels.
Yeah, I'll get him off your foot while you start off. What are some things that you would tell the agent out there they should do in today's market?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind that we should do is know your property. So if you're going to sell a property, you should know everything about that property, and not just the property, but the surrounding area. Okay. One of the biggest downfalls I think I find with some listing agents is they just don't know the facts. They just don't know the property. So when we as a buyer's agent or somebody asking, or even the seller, you can't answer the question, and that's a big turnoff. So if you're sitting there in an open house and you don't know the square footage, or you don't know the age of the build or the builder or what the elementary school is, that's not good. Yeah. You're selling that property. You should know every single thing about it. Are we always going to know everything? No, because it's not.
That's when you're
our property.
Honest and say, I don't know the answer, but I will for sure get it.
I can get it for you.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Or I'll get right back to you on that.
Exactly.
Honesty is one of the biggest things out there. And there's going to be two roads that we're going to discuss on this show about bringing value to the person that you're representing in today's industry. And the first one would be know the property that you are working with, whether you are representing the buyer or the seller. We can talk about a situation that happened with the condo that I closed on for a buyer of mine. Don't you be messing with those controls, Charlie. Okay, then they won't be able to hear us. We had a situation, an inspection, and it was going to delay closing, or there was something situation that they couldn't get somebody out there to look at they already had an inspection and they needed somebody
to take pictures, right?
It was actually the HVAC.
Okay.
It was on the roof.
Yeah.
And if you work with me, you'll know that I'm not patient. I will work until I get my answer. Yep. And so what I did is I drove to the property, which was, probably a half hour from me, and I got my drone out, and now I'm not saying every agent has a drone out there, but I guarantee you know somebody that has a drone, and you could pay them $20, $50 to go over there and do this. I had another agent that hired me to do that too.
Oh, nice.
And I went over to the property, I droned it up, I videoed around the HVAC system because they repaired the actual foundation, I guess you would say.
The platform it was on?
Yeah, the platform that it was on, because it was all messed up and they repaired it. And they needed proof of it being done.
Right.
And they're like, well, I'm not going up there. I'm like, well, okay. I'll go do it. So I went over there and droned it, took photos and video, and had all the proof to show the title company and all those things that needed to be done before it got funding.
Right.
It needed to be repaired before they would.
And if you wouldn't have done that, would closing have been delayed?
Delayed at least 2 weeks.
Right.
Because it fell on the weekend and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It was a whole ordeal. But that right there, it just goes to show the value of you putting your best foot forward to look out for the person that you're representing. Okay, you're going out there and making sure it's not just some Joe Blow out there who's like, oh well, I think it's all right.
Yeah, he put the extra work in to get it done for his client.
Yeah, and the other road on this situation is being readily available. When your phone rings, answer it. Simple.
Unless you're with the client or really busy.
Yeah. Or you as agents, you can set it up where if someone texts you, I've never seen Charlie chase his tail ever. if you can set up your device to send an automatic text out that says, I'm in a meeting, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. You can simply turn those things off and on. If you don't understand how to do that, YouTube it. You can find it on this platform that you're watching this video right now. It's very simple to figure those things out. Same thing with your email. You can have those things synced up. So when you do it on your phone, it does it for your email and your phone, your text message, your SMS system. Okay?
But make sure you actually call them back. Because we don't want, as agents, we don't want a bad representation just because of one or two agents. I saw a meme the other day that it said, if your realtor texts you back, says, I'm in a meeting, I will call you back. They're really sitting at home watching Judge Judy eating a Hot Pocket or something. Because so many people, they don't want to address a situation. And I'm guilty of it too, as a newer agent, or sometimes I'm just not in the mood. But that's our job, is we're there to answer those hard questions, answer the hard situations, not put them off and hope they go away. Because let me tell you something, most of the time, they're not just going to go away. We have to help take care of them. So he's right. If your phone rings, answer it.
Yeah. And the reason I say that is because, like I said, he knows that I'm like on my calendar situation and I'm time by time. That when I call an agent and I'm trying to get an answer from my buyer, and they don't answer days on end, I will go after the broker. I will find their broker's name and I will find out a way to get my answer.
Yeah.
So make it easy on everybody, on yourself. You've been hired to do a job, so do it. Another thing is to have a good social media presence. All right.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is, if you're a real estate agent and all you do is go to the bar and go clubbing and pop bottles, keep that to yourself. Okay, if that's what you like to do and that's how you gain your clientele, that's cool. But for the most people looking outside, looking in, that's how they evaluate before they hire you. They see what you do in your free time. They see what they could relate. Like, well, I don't think that person's probably going to do a job. I used to do that back in the day, but I was in real estate. I was young and I did a lot more of it, but I gained a lot of business from it. But I learned the hard way, right?
Yeah.
And it was not the best thing for me to do, because perception is reality. And also, if you're an agent, being present online is something that we're going to be doing better in this year, and we're just putting that out there. We're going to do a lot better of it this year, and we're going to be giving information out there. I know that one thing I'm going to start with the new year with next week. And actually, no, if you're watching this right now, this is already the new year.
Yeah, sure. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, guy. So I'll be doing 30-day question things. What that means is I'm just trying to give you little tips here, and I want you to do it, okay? Because there's enough business for all of us to go around, right? I'm going to make one question a day. And I'm going to ask somebody to give me an answer. So you do a poll and ask the public, what would you like to learn about real estate today? And every single day, I'm going to post on my story an answer from a question that I got from someone out in the public. Cool.
That's smart. I like that.
And that right there just shows you, raises the level of expertise of you and gives you a better perception of your reality that other people are going to take in.
Yeah, that's really good.
Other value that you can bring to being a real estate agent is being punctual. If you are a minute late, it's not going to look good on you. It doesn't matter. I mean, when I used to be a gym owner, if someone showed up a minute late to an interview, I told them to turn around and don't go away. I told them.
I believe that.
I've had it many times where people showed up a minute late. Oh, well, I got stuck in the late right. Well, you should have been here 30 minutes early. I don't care about what happened at the light. You should be here early. It's the same thing in real estate. If you can't be punctual and be on time, now I know life happens and things happen. Excuses don't really help out much. So do your best to be punctual and give the respect that your client or your person you're representing, the respect that they deserve.
Yeah.
Because I want to be treated the same way. And he knows. And he apologized. He's ever late.
Because I know he hates it.
I hate it. But I understand in our industry those things happen, and all we're trying to do here is to be more present and do these podcasts, and we're trying to be punctual because we have a job to serve our clients on the outside of the studio.
Yeah.
So what would be some value that I know that you bring a lot of value to your clients?
I appreciate it.
And I'm gonna think up some more stuff while you're talking right now.
So some of the things one reason I think I try to provide more value, or I just do it, is I always try to put myself in my buyer or seller's shoes. And I ask myself questions that I think they'll ask me. That way I can be prepared and have an answer whenever they do ask. Yeah. So a big thing that I find people don't have is they don't know numbers. It's very easy when you go to list a home or you're working with a buyer, you know the price range of the house you're selling or the house that you're looking for that buyer. Go talk to a lender and get some scenarios of what those costs will be. The taxes, the insurance, the mortgage payments, HOA fees. You can easily figure that out just by asking questions and going to talk to a lender or an insurance person. Very easy. But that's stuff that your client is going to ask you. Or if you're selling a home and you're doing an open house, if you haven't been asked this yet, you will. But somebody's going to walk in, see the open house. What's the average mortgage going to cost on this? A lot of parameters of amount down, credit.
Yeah.
But you can know the scenario.
You can get a ballpark.
And you get a ballpark, and you're able to speak on that. If you just say, I have no idea, to me that's weird because you're in the realm of real estate. You should know that kind of stuff, and it's going to provide value. It's going to make you look better ultimately in the end.
Yeah.
But know the numbers, whether you're working with a buyer or a sell. Just understand the full picture of what that could look like.
Yeah. That's so true because those are the big numbers, and people want to really know what their finance is going to be. Now, having a ballpark and understanding of numbers is what he was just talking about. Now, we are not finance gurus and all that stuff. Our job is to get our lenders and those people to provide the answers for you that are credible to give those answers to you and competent in that. We will know those answers because we've asked those questions from our partners. And we also do our research and the crazy amount of money that we spend on to have access to.
Right.
So there's that. Another thing is I know that I will be doing this in the new year. I kind of did it in the past. I kind of had it all unorganized. But what is your value when it comes to marketing a listing? What is your marketing package?
It's good.
What does it look like for someone that wants to list with you? Why do they want to list with you? Why should they hire you? What's your marketing plan, right? So one, you should have that all over your social media. It should be on there. You marketing other properties or listings of your broker. So if you don't have any listings, you're new, go ask for permission from a listing agent in your brokerage and market theirs. I promise you they'll say yes.
It works.
That right there, I started doing that when I first started out a while back, and I built up to have my own listings, and those listings, I kept those and documented them and gave them as my marketing plan, and I'll do the same thing for those. So having a marketing plan portfolio to provide in an email or hard copy, however you'd like to do it, is very big key on why somebody should hire you or trust you to sell one of the biggest investments of that person's life.
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
Something I thought of and that I've recently done. I've been doing this 11 years and I'm still figuring things out because I'm not perfect. And that's what's cool about this industry is you figure it out as you go, but you can make it yours and what makes you special. But one thing you can do that I think every agent should do is have a vendor list. You should know enough vendors and talk to enough vendors that you have a referral base to give to your clients, whether your client is a seller or your client is a buyer. Have a handyman that you know and trust. Have a mover. Have an electrician. Have an audio-visual guy. Anything that has to do with a home, you knowing and having a vendor list can potentially be a big value add to clients.
Yeah, it's huge because I've actually been in positions where I'm like, oh man, I know I have some because we have so many numbers in our phone.
Oh yeah,
I need to put it in a list. So thank you for providing. I need to do that. I need to get up on my game. So look, guys, I'm learning too, guys. We're a team here.
Yeah,
and we bounce ideas off each other, and we just bounce it right off of your chest. So that's another way to bring value. And I think that one of the other biggest things is treat people the way you want to be treated. So when they ask a question, don't act like it's a stupid question. Every question is a good question because they're asking because they would like an answer from you.
Yeah.
And they have
and
not
they
asked
hired
it before. That's
you.
why they don't know. So don't get an attitude. I've seen agents do it in front of me before.
Yeah.
When their client asks them and they're like, don't do that, dude, because that's going to make them uncomfortable. But like, oh yeah, well, this is how this works. That's how that works. Blah, 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 blah. Just treat them with respect. Treat them how you want to be. One love is kind of like my thing.
Yep.
Just treat people how you want to be treated, and don't be a dick. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, please don't be.
It's so simple.
This business is supposed to be fun, and it is fun, and it should be fun.
Yeah.
But it's not about who has the biggest swing and you know what.
Yeah.
It's about treating people right and getting your client the goal and objective that they're looking for. So I wish every agent could just work together. There's always going to be issues. There's always problems. You're dealing with people and a product.
Yeah.
Just work together. Communicate with that other agent, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Communicate. You will be able to get it done.
Yeah. So I mean, I believe that I've right now. I know that I've got a lot of value of what you should have a value in its industry today. Do you have any other pointers today that you would like to lay in on this one?
Those are the big ones. I mean, we could again keep going.
I know. We'll put them in shorts. Our other shorts you'll see.
The biggest thing I tell people is know your property.
Yeah.
Whether it's a buy or sell, do your research, know your property, be able to answer the questions for your clients.
Yeah. All right. If you got value from this show right here, right now, I would like for you to provide us with some value. Would you please share this video, share this with a friend or another agent or someone out there that's looking for an agent. You know, these are some of the questions or things you should look at when looking into an agent to hire. Or if you're an agent out there, these are some of the things you need to know and do to be the top producing agent in your field, in your area, and where you live. We wish you the best. There's enough business for everybody out there.
Let's all be better.
Let's all be better. Do better. Don't be a dick. And if you think about real estate, think about real estate leadership.